There are 3 old school diet hacks that are used by bodybuilders, athletes, and even young men who are trying to make weight for the military. Today I'm going to share with you how to top off your diet and really make those excess calories in order to rake in the maximum amount of gains. So the first one is milk. So if you didn't already know, milk is one of the surefire ways to guarantee yourself mass. GOMAD, or gallon of milk a day, is one of the best surefire ways to ensure that you're hitting your protein while also getting a ton of calories in. Personally, I did not do GOMAD. I don't think my stomach could handle that much milk every single day. But what you can do is use milk to your advantage. Use this knowledge to, have a glass of milk, have it with, your peanut butter sandwich or your Nutella, whatever. Have that glass of milk at the end of the day, knowing that milk provides a lot of calories and a good amount of protein as well. If you can stomach it, try GOMAD, 1 gallon of milk every single day, see how it goes. If not though, just be mindful that milk is a very powerful tool you can use. Have a glass or 2 of milk every single day to round off your diet. For me, I usually try to have at least 1 glass a day, usually before bed as a snack. I might have another 1 or 2 earlier in the day. If I eat a sandwich or something, I want to wash it down with some milk. However you look at it, milk is a nice, cool, refreshing beverage that tastes good and provides you a lot of the nutrients that you need in order to bulk up. Okay, number 2 is eggs. So I think it's becoming more and more prevalent these days. You see those Instagram reels of like 8-year-old kids dipping their steak into the egg yolk or whatever. So I think people are starting to realize eggs are, they're a very powerful tool. Not only is it like good protein, it's good calories as well for how easy it is to eat. And the biggest benefit is actually the testosterone boost that you get from eggs. I can't really think of any other foods that give you that much of a testosterone boost. If you eat a few eggs every day, you're gonna notice the difference in testosterone levels from day to day. Unfortunately for me, for some reason, eggs kind of hurt my stomach. I have some kind of intolerance to eggs. So I still force myself to eat eggs every now and then, and I just endure the pain. But if I didn't have this, I'd be eating definitely a lot more eggs, getting that testosterone maxed out. For you, if you're bulking up, don't be afraid of eggs. Some people eat 8, 10, 12 eggs a day. I'm not saying for you to do that, but try to have, if it doesn't bother your stomach, try to have at least 4 a day if you're bulking up. It's a pretty good place to start, and you're definitely going to start seeing benefits at that number. All right, the last one is banana, and I think this one is the most underestimated and the most overlooked one. Bananas are actually very powerful, and there's several reasons why. If you ever eaten a banana, you know how easy it is to eat, right? You can stuff 2 or 3 bananas in your mouth in like 1 minute, right? Like you can eat it really, really fast. Each of those bananas are around 100 calories. It's a fast, quick way to get a lot of calories in. Bananas, unlike milk or eggs, are pretty good for your stomach, actually. Milk might upset your stomach. Eggs, if you're like me, might upset your stomach at a certain amount. Banana is actually really good for your stomach. It's natural fibers. And on top of that, it has a lot of natural sugars, a lot of natural carbs. So it's just very good for your stomach overall. That's why a lot of athletes as well eat banana before their games. It's a lot of carbs and natural sugars. On top of that, it's giving you the potassium you need, to perform at top levels. For bodybuilders, why not have that before your gym session? You get all the energy, you get all those sugars in. But again, don't be afraid to eat it after. You still get all the other benefits anyways. Have it before, have it after, have it whenever. The next part about bananas is that they can easily stack into other meals, other snacks. You can always just throw in a banana into your shake, add it to your peanut butter sandwich or whatever. You can even just eat it after the meal, like as a little top off. When I was bulking up, I would throw them into my cereal if I ate breakfast. Let's say I had a Nutella sandwich, I would chop a banana, throw it in there. And so it tastes better and also just add more calories, more nutrients. Oh, and my protein shakes too. But I didn't drink protein shakes too often. But if I did, of course, you have the bananas and then obviously the milk base as well. And lastly, banana just takes no preparation. You just have the banana, you open it and it's ready to go. You don't have to cook it like an egg. And so it's a very powerful snack, very, very nice way to add weight quickly. An old school way to gain a lot of weight is to just, if you have a bunch of bananas and you just eat them all and then drink a lot of water, you're gonna gain 2 to 3 pounds in that one night, overnight, basically. Also, so notable mentions would be nuts or nut butters. These are very calorie dense foods. So if you can eat it, a lot of it, you get a lot of calories in very quickly. You have the peanut butter, you have Nutella, you have, almonds. I didn't really count these because I think most people already know this information, like nuts and nut butter, like peanut butter. Okay, yeah, eat peanut butter if you're a skinny guy trying to bulk up. So before we end this video, I'm gonna give you like some examples of what I did. If you're liking this kind of content though, be sure to check the link in the description for my personal guide on how to build a muscular body. But yeah, for me, some example of snacks I would eat would be like, well, the main one that I really like to eat was like Nutella sandwiches with bananas, and then I'd round it off with a glass of milk. So if I ate like 2 Nutella sandwiches with 2 bananas, so banana for each sandwich, and then I drank a glass of milk after, like 400 or 500 milliliter glass of milk, that's like nearly 1,000 calories, and I eat that just as a snack. So like I might have a meal, 2 hours later I'll have that snack, and then 2 hours later I'll have another meal. So that's a lot of calories in a very short amount of time, and I just had the appetite for that. And for me, the Nutella sandwiches and the milk, they didn't really fill me up that much to just kind of, like I said, a snack. And so yeah, you can use these foods as like a little, a strategy to give you those extra few pounds, especially towards the end of my bulk when it was getting a little bit harder. I could notice like, the scale's not moving as fast anymore. I started really just focusing on these foods specifically, the bananas, the shakes, and drinking lots of milk, especially the milk and the bananas. That's what I used to, get that last 5 to 10 pounds. Maybe I was like 195, 198, and I used that last little bit to get over 200. Another example of a snack that I use, maybe less of a calorie booster, but more of a testosterone booster, would be like, almonds, dark chocolate, and I'll drink it with like a coffee. That might be like just a random snack I eat while working from home or something. But yeah, anyways guys, that's gonna be the end of this diet hack video. Let me know if you have any other personal hacks or any questions in the comments below. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're not already. Stick around for more content on how to bulk up, how to build a muscular body. I've been releasing daily videos for almost a month now, so be sure to stay tuned. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.